Hello audience, welcome to a new To Be Honest music review. I'm your host Cole. Today we're going to be reviewing Steve Aoki's Neon Future 2. And to start off, I did listen to the last one. I did do a written review. I didn't do a actual video review, but it's on my page or where my To Be Honest page. And I didn't really like it because it just sounds so mediocre and like, he didn't really care to really make anything of his own. It felt like he kind of used stuff that he already did, like Boneless. He used that. He called it Delirious or something in the album. And I thought that was really, really lazy. But it did have some songs on there that I did like. I did like Back to Earth with Fall Out Boy because I love Fall Out Boy. Even I felt like he did a really good mix between what Fall Out Boy's doing now. And he really did a good job with that. And then there was another song that I liked. I think it was called Neon Future. I can't remember what it was called. But it was okay. And the rest of the album, just, I would not ever put it on my iPod. Anyways, going to this album, I wasn't expecting much. But I was like, maybe he got it. Or, I'm thinking he already basically recorded all these, like, almost together. That's just my guess, because it all feels connected in that way. And, actually, the beginning of this album, Time Capsule, the song that's the beginning track, is like an intro to the album, is really, it's pretty good. It's pretty good, but, then you move on and you listen to the song that is, what is it called? Let me see here. Love It When You Cry. It sounds like something I've heard before, but, you know, has some good vocals in it. Nothing lyrically amazing or anything, but it's a good listen. I definitely recommend you check that one out of the album and Time Capsule. Then you move on to a song, Youth Dumb, with Snoop Lion. And I was like, you know, this is good. What? I was like, that was what I was doing when I heard this song. It's not appealing to me at all. It might be appealing to you, but to me, this sounds like it's all jumbled up, and then when it's not jumbled up, it goes to the hip-hop. The hip-hop's okay in this album with Snoop Lion, and it just, and then it just gave me a headache, and I don't want a headache when I'm listening to my music. I want to enjoy it. I don't want to turn it off, you know, but it just felt so clustered and all over the place that I couldn't really get into it. And for the most part, this album's so mediocre with how it goes about. It feels like almost every song's layered the same way, almost, but you know, maybe that's the point, I don't know, but, then, you know, you get on with this album, and there's actually a good song, a better song on this, Darker Than Blood, I think it's what it's called, and it's a Linkin Park mix, and I really liked it. It's good. It's not as good as The Light That Never Comes that Steve Aoki did with Linkin Park before this mix, but I think he does the best with Linkin Park for some odd reason. I think they should do an album together. That would be great. I know some people will be like, no, don't do that. But I think if he's going to do something like this, do it with one artist, that'd be kind of cool. But anyways, continuing on, the album starts to just drag on, and you're like, I don't really care about any of these songs, and I really wanted to like this one song. I think it's called Lightspeed. Yeah, no, it's called Light Years, and it has the lead singer of Weezer in it, and I wanted to like this song because I love his voice. He has a really cool voice, but this song doesn't really capture what he has going on for him. I kind of felt more towards Big Dada's mix with him better. It is better because this one's so bland. It's like, do more with him, you know? Just don't have him show up and sing a little bit and call it good. Do something with your artists, because because what's the point of having them if they're just there to show up and say some lines and act like they don't really care in any of these songs? But, you know, actually, I do feel like the last track in this album, Warp Speed, tried to be better. I think it's a good ending to the album. It sounds like a reject from the Star Trek Into Darkness movie for the soundtrack, maybe. I don't know. But it has J.J. Abrams in it, which is really cool. I didn't know he did music, but anyways, I thought that was interesting take on that. But anyways, I'm going to guess that most of you won't like this review because I'm being very negative about it, and I'm sorry about that. I don't want to pay my money to buy something that sounds like I've already listened to it enough that I don't need to buy it. I did not buy this album. I listened to it on YouTube, which was probably a bad choice because the quality probably wasn't the best, but that wasn't the problem with me, because, you know, actually he does lay out some good beats here and there, but really, I've heard most of it before, and don't get me wrong, artists can do that, but make it interesting, more interesting than what you're doing, because it doesn't feel like he put really a lot of effort. He put effort into it. I know he did, but he should have took more time with it, maybe, or different artists or something. But if I was to grade this album, I'd give it a 2.5 out of 5. It's really mediocre. There's some good songs that I would recommend if you really, really want to get into this album. I do not recommend you buy it, but if you do, I hope you enjoy it, because it's good to enjoy stuff, and this is just my opinion. I don't want you to think this album is garbage if you don't think it is. I'm glad if you like it, because, you know, it's always good to like music. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this review, and I will see you later.